Hey guys, Jason here. So I wanted to talk a little bit about some RC stuff that we've been doing, messing around with in the backyard. Bob's got one of them, and I got one of them, and Cody's got one of them, Bob's nephew, and my brother John's got some. And so we're out there racing around, having a good time, building some jumps and stuff. But I wanted to tell you, talk about right now. I'm just going to talk about the difference between the Blackout XTE Pro Brushless and the Volcano. This is the EPX Pro Brushless, and I want to talk a little bit difference between the two. So as you can see, I like the black bodies with the silver. I like that look. It's pretty nice. You can see I put on a bigger monster truck tire on my Blackout. This is a stock tire that comes with it. And the thing is, these stock tires work awesome for dirt tracks. So that's what they're made for, is a dirt track. But you can see here's the Volcano running stock tires, but Volcano stock tires are just a little bit bigger than this. And so if you're looking for something that's not this big and but not this small, you want something in between this size and that size, you can go ahead and buy the Volcano tire, and it will go right on there. And it's a little bit bigger, the Volcano tire is. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just get a little bit bigger tire. These tires are just too big. So anyway, let's look at the Volcano. Top off the Volcano brushless. Let's take the top off my... yeah, you can definitely see I'm bashing the hell out of this thing. We swamp them and everything. But anyway, one thing I've noticed is that move that tire out of the way. The Blackout is much more heavy duty than the Volcano. The Blackout upper suspension arms, the shock itself, the lower suspension arms, everything on the Blackout is way heavier duty. This is much more beginner friendly RC, and it's less money, it looks like, on eBay anyway right now, than the Volcano is. The Volcano, yeah, it's got dual shocks and they're aluminum, and that looks fancy and everything to everybody. It does. This one is the brushless and the LiPo setup, same battery connection, both waterproof electronics, or electronic speed controllers are waterproof, not the receivers. So keep that in mind. Both of them, the receivers, are not waterproof. So you'll probably want to wrap those with cellophane, put a grid tie on it to protect your receivers. But yeah, so anyway, if you look at the suspension on these, see that has a single arm coming out here, and it hooks up to the steering knuckle and everything out here, and it's only screwed in from one side. This is on the Volcano with the dual shock system. So I mean, it's okay. This will be okay. But if you really want to bash, go with this. Look at this system. You got a screw that goes through a triple. It's held in from this side, in the middle, and then on the outside. This is so much heavier duty. Upper and lowers are massively heavy duty on this, the Blackout Pro brushless. And go ahead and spend the extra money. get yourself the brushless system from the get-go, from the beginning. I know it might be like $50 more, or so. I think when I bought this one, it was $210, and that was at the beginning of February here in 2018. And now they're selling them for $230. And so, yeah. So okay, I got some stick in there. I don't know. Yeah, we beat the heck out of these things. So one thing I want to tell people about, these big bore shocks, you cannot get them. They don't sell them from the factory. I found someone that did sell them. He replaced his shocks, his big bore shocks, with the aluminum ones. But so I was able to find some big bore shocks. But the problem with these big bore shocks is these lower caps. They pop off. You will lose them when you're out bashing. And here, let me show you one here. I hot glued all mine so they don't pop off. But up front here, I'm going to have to re-hot glue one of them. Which one is it? This one? This one, yeah. This one here. It's popped off some of the hot glue. So, but what happens here, I'll go ahead and pull this. Hot glue is awesome because you can actually take it back off. It's not permanent. So you take that out of there. But I'll show you what happens here. It pops up, slips out, and then you lose this little clip right here because it'll pop off of there. You'll lose it out in the grass or wherever you're driving, and then now you're running without the little bottom spring clip, and you don't have any more. You lose the suspension here. So these ones, these big bore shocks, you can see there's little holes in them. Let me back up a little bit. You could take like a paper clip, tuck it up and in there and wrap it around and twist it out here, and that'll keep it from popping off of the shock. And that's all you want to do. I tried hot glue. It seems to kind of work, but not perfectly. So that's one thing you're going to want to do when you get this out of the box. Another thing, the only thing that we've really had problems with these Blackouts is things loosen up and fall off. Like your, I'll set this off to the side here with the body clips. I lost this shock bolt, and luckily we had one because they are normally black in color. The nuts on the back side of the bolt are the screw and the nut. So anyway, it loosened up, fell off. That seems to be the biggest issue with this RC. This RC, we have totally submerged them several times in our pond in the backyard, and I'll show you that. We got some video of that where we're out just bashing them, trying to race them, and having a good time. But yeah, another thing that we've had trouble with, let's see if I can show you, is, I don't know if you can see in there, that drive line, it's got these little safety pins in there, or can't really see it. Okay, but there's the drive line. On the end of each drive line there's a pin on each end, and then I've sheared off that pin on the end of this drive line, and also in my little differential here, I sheared off the pin on this side, on the inside. Inside these differentials are steel gears. They are steel gears, or metal gears. I don't know if they're steel or not, but they're metal. But my pin sheared off there because I put on these bigger tires. That's a normal thing. But also a common problem is the pins in the driveline. They'll shear, they'll break off, and then you have to replace them. So those are common problems that I've run into with the Blackout. So basically what you got here, you got the Blackout. I got the SUV body, and you can see I beat the heck out of it. It's got some grass hanging on there. Lots of mud and dirt on the roof from flipping, breaking, crashing. This body is a lot flexier. It's flexier, soft, thinner plastic. This body, I haven't actually raced it outside, but it is a little stiffer body. So I'll toss that back there. I don't even plan on using the Volcano body. What I bought this Volcano for, and what I've been using it for, is this. A scale Jeep. And here, let me come back here. I even put lights in it, so you can plug the lights in. There's a little grass down here. Get that out of the way. Black goes over here, so I'll plug my lights in. They go right into. It's a 3-channel radio. So anyway, you just plug that into the radio receiver here, and then you put your body on, and I'll show you how to do this body mod. It's actually pretty simple. Yeah, it fits better on the Volcano than it did on the what is going on here? Oh, yeah, I had to make some cutouts on my, that's what's going on. I put it on backwards. I'm like, why is it not lining up? Okay, because I spent so much time on making this work. So there we go. Get those pins lined up, and they go through the back seat, and then get the front lined up, which is off that way. There we go. So there we go. Now I got hard body Jeep body on here, and that's what I bought the Volcano for, so I can make a hard Jeep body on there. And it actually, the wheelbase on the Volcano is just a little bit narrower, which actually worked better for the Jeep body than the Blackout. So here, let me turn it on. You can see I added headlights, and it's got on the back tail lights. Pretty cool. Adds a little scale model to it. But my buddy from Aces on the Go, he has this body, and I thought it was so cool. I was going to buy it for my Blackout, but I thought I would try it on the Volcano. Yeah, go ahead and just spend the extra money on the brushless system, you guys. So anyway, let me flip this off, and I'll show you what it looks like on the unplug that. Where's my switch? The switch on this one's there. So I'll show you what it looks like on the so it will work. You have to do some work to make it fit on the Blackout. That body fit on the Blackout. But yeah, and that's with the big swampy tires. So anyway, that's what I bought it for, was the Blackout, because that's what Buddy from Aces on the Go was running. And then I decided to go ahead and see what the difference was with the Volcano and the Blackout. Both Pro versions, both you know, LiPo and brushless systems. And this body actually fits better on the Volcano, running the stock tires and everything. And you can see it just, the tires barely touch, and when you're running it, it's like they don't touch when you're running it, because it doesn't actually set all the way down. It did come with these bumpers that were screwed onto it. This bumper went back here, and it has this part that flipped up underneath of there. I had to take these off on the rear there, and then let me spin this around. And then this bumper was on the front up here. I had to take them off because they were rubbing, because it was rubbing on the tire right here. So I take it off, and then I found out that, hey, the original bumpers for the Blackout with the bolt right to the body and everything, they work fine. All I had to do was, you see that those notches in there? I had to notch the front so that it sets right down on it. What did I do? Oh, here we go. Drop it back down in the holes, there and there. And then on the rear, it had this part that came up, over, and back down, and went across where the tire is sitting. And so I just cut all the uppers off of this rear bumper, stock rear bumper for the Volcano. So anyway, this is an awesome little semi-scale model with opening doors, hard shell body, and it looks so much better than the stock body. Here's the stock body. Stock body is cool for bashing and everything, but the Volcano's not a good beginner basher vehicle. I don't recommend it. I recommend the Blackout Pro. Go ahead and spend the money for the little extra money to get the brushless system and the lipos, but this is so much heavier duty, takes so much more beating than, and out of the box you really don't have to adjust anything that we've noticed so far with our running. But yeah, go ahead, make sure you glue your spring caps on, because you cannot buy spring caps that go on the ends of these springs. So that's one thing I'm going to tell you right now. Glue them on, or put a paper clip and bend it and go through those two holes there and tie these things on there so you don't lose them, because this here is not fun. And the only way you can buy big bore shocks for that is if you find someone that pulled apart his, where are my big bore shocks? Oh, they're right here. So, someone that pulled apart their Blackout Pro and is selling the big bore shocks. That's the only way you can find them. And it's not the shocks that went bad, it was the these little caps that were missing that we lose. So anyway, I got to hot glue this one back on. That's one thing I wanted to do tonight, because we're going to be racing tomorrow again, bashing racing. We're try to race, but most of the time it ends up we're just running like crazy. So anyway, thanks for watching. Talk to you later. I mean, this is, yeah, because of the time of the year, it's like garden. Can't really do much in the garden right now. So it's like you still got to have something that's fun. And so this is what we're going to do for fun for right now, and probably later on in the year. So yeah, we're also probably going to build a track in the backyard. We're doing a little bit of work on that when we can get the tractor out there, when it's not too squishy, soft, rainy, because it's all really super wet and rainy out there. So alright, well, thank you for watching. So yeah, I mean, Volcano is an awesome little model, RC, but if you're a brand new beginner, I say buy the Blackout Pro, brushless, both of them. Either way you go, buy the brushless version, spend a little extra money. The Blackout Pro is just a heavier duty, more solid setup. It can take a lot more beating. Yeah, I think for a beginner, the Blackout Pro is the way to go. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.